Slow the horses. I see someone. I said slow. Ah, give me the reins. You're useless. You. Stop. I said stop. Good choice. Lower your hood and show me your face. Hmm. I was right. It is you. The one who was hoarding all the cheese rolls at Father's last banquet dinner. Yes, I do remember that. It was a disconcerting amount of food. Where are you heading on foot? On a military route, no less. You do know where you are, don't you? Do you mean to tell me we're the first group of soldiers you ran into here? I I find that terribly suspicious. You didn't answer the why of my question, so again, why are you out here all alone? Surely the child of a noble as rich as your father has no good reason to be walking all alone out here. Unless perhaps you're up to something. Perhaps the reason you haven't seen any other troops is because you met with enemy soldiers. Your father has lessened his contributions to the war efforts in recent time. Perhaps it's not all a coincidence in the first place. I hereby place you under the arrest of suspicion of treason. I have a few more questions for you, but those will be for in the wagon. I'm not holding up my soldiers any longer for what could be just as easily a damn trap. Stay there, answer my questions, and don't piss me off. And I'm sure you'll be just fine. Now, first, where were you going? I highly doubt that. It would take you at least a week to get there by walking. You clearly don't have any provisions to make a trip like that. I warned you not to lie to me. Maybe having something sharp around your neck would make you a little more forthcoming. Well, if you answer my questions without lying, you won't have to worry about how sharp this is, so try again. The truth this time. Your carriage went into a ditch. I'm sorry. Did you simply forget to bring a bag with you from the carriage? What were you planning to eat? Wolves. Seriously. Why would you be afraid of attracting a wolf? Unless they're starving to death, they're not going to bother you. They're quite commonly hunted, so they're more likely to be afraid of you than anything else. Well, anyway, that's probably all bullshit, anyways, but I don't care, honestly. It makes no difference to me whether or not you're a treasonous rat. The main point of taking you prisoner is to get your father to supply us again. The questions are just formality, and if you're uncooperative, it's an excuse to relieve a little stress with my knife here. Aww, what? Are you scared? Boo hoo, not my problem. You were practically asking for trouble. If your story here is true, you're lucky it was with me and not enemy soldiers. You wouldn't last a day. With me, you might just have a chance at a little more time than that. I'm not nice. Well, yeah, thanks for stating the obvious. Nice isn't really my thing, since when have you met anyone nice in this godforsaken kingdom? You'll have to point them out, because I'm afraid we have yet to be introduced. You're nice. Uh-huh. Well then, we can put intelligent and likely to live past age 30 on the list of things you aren't. Please, you were raised here all your life. You know how this place works. We've always had a brutal way about us. Honestly, you're far too delicate to survive here. If I didn't know your family personally, I would think you came from another country, and that's a reluctant compliment. I don't care how you would choose to see yourself. You're a moron, just the same. You're either spoiled, sheltered, or stupid. Or maybe all of the above, and I'm leaning towards the latter. You're mean, you're a yerk, you're scary. Yeah, keep saying that. I don't understand what you think that's going to do to change it. Keep insulting me, and you'll end up like the last person to do that. He hasn't spoken a word since. Well, not a clear word anyway. It's hard to do that with a sans tongue. No, silver spoon. I know how hard I am. The threats and violence are very effective and considerably less frustrating than sugarly false pleasantries and mental manipulation. It takes forever to convince someone to like you enough to do what you want, but with a blade, all I have to do is force you to confront danger, and your body, your instincts, will do the rest of the work for me. Your eyes will follow the knife closely, you'll back away, all because you're afraid of one teensy tiny little cut. See, look at those crocodile tears. Oh, come on, it can hurt that bad. It's hardly even bleeding. You really are sheltered, you know that? Haven't you suffered worse than this scraping on your knee or breaking a bone or something? There's no way that little scratch could hurt more than an average childhood injury. Oh, unless this knife is coated in poison. Could have sworn that was the other one. Can't take a joke. You complain that I'm mean and scary, but you don't seem to have any kind of sense of humor. Either way, you're awfully hard to please, Silver Spoon. Silver Spoon? You've never been called that before? It's a word for spoiled rich brat. Like the term born with a silver spoon in your mouth? Nothing? Really? Yeah, whatever. I know how to survive in this kingdom, and you don't. That makes me a hell of a lot better off than you. I'm getting bored of taunting you, so you might as well get some rest. I can only handle talking to a weak-willed idiot for so long before I start to concern myself with catching that disease. So stay quiet until we get off to our campsite, and I'll find a tent to chain you up in for the night. Yes, obviously, you're a prisoner. Prisoners sleep locked up. You're lucky I didn't throw you in with the others that we have. They're all from enemy countries, so putting you in them is probably a death sentence. Relax, would you? Said I'd find a tent for you. I didn't say I was going to be with the other captives. I think we have a spare, and since you're a special case, being a citizen of my country, I'm keeping you separate. You should be grateful for me to treat you with a shred of mercy. I could be doing a lot worse. Yes, well, rest your eyes or stare out the window or something while we travel. As long as you don't talk to me, I don't care. Wake up, we're here. They're already setting up camp. There's a spare tent, so you'll be staying there. Now get up, I'm tired, so the sooner I get you set off in your arrangements, the sooner I can go to sleep. These will be your accommodations. Excellent fabric walls, plenty of space. and a conveniently placed up wooden pole, perfect for chaining a prisoner up right in your own very living room. Which means to you, go over there, turn around, and kneel. Good. I'm being good enough to let you keep your hands in front, and you need to eat. Here, bread is standard rations for prisoners, but I'll give you something extra as a welcoming gift. It's just sun-dried berries from my rations. Don't read into it, I just hate them. So they can either go in your stomach or onto the ground where the inedible garbage belongs. Eat your food and go to sleep if you can. Considering you slept the most on the ride here, well, good luck getting comfortable. I'm sure you'll find a way to sleep sitting up. Yes, I know. I was simply settling in our newest tag along. See that this tent is guarded overnight. Understood? Excellent. I think I'll simply retire for the night. I have very little interest in sitting around a campfire indulging in full tasting spirits or suffering through an obnoxiously loud conversation with men who only have three topics: said foul tasting spirits, utterly untrue tales of their oh so valiant victories in battle, and what they like to do in night with their wives. I prefer a more refined crowd, if I must endure any at all. So, my apologies, but that's a resounding no thank you. I'm aware. I'll take my medicine once I'm back in my tent. Oh, don't worry, I won't forget. Your concern is touching. Oh, and have one of the medics visit the tent? There was a little incident which my knife so unfortunately briefly met with our prisoner's forearm. It slipped. Yes. Good night.